Hey, it's John. Wanted to talk a little today about theology. In its oldest form, theology would be considered study of or discourse about God. This is a theology channel, so let's talk a little bit about God. Since man is a mortal, finite creature, how can we know about God, an eternal, all-powerful being who set the cosmos in order is outside the grasp of our intellect. Let's say it boggles the mind. Still, we do have evidence of God. What do we have at our disposal that will help us to reveal God in discourse or study? We have our rational being, and we have creation. While it's true we also have the biblical revelation, let's leave that aside for a different time. There is some quality which separates man from the animals. Mankind holds a position above the animals. Just look at our culture, our language, our creativity, our dominance over Earth, and importantly, how our actions impact Earth in a different way from the actions of animals. Animals survive. Humans ask why they exist. Let's examine mankind and see how he can reveal God. Man can envision time from ancient days to distant future and questions himself, how do I fit into creation and what is my purpose? We recognize ourselves as unique, as personal, as unrepeatable. No one exactly like me has existed before, and no one is exactly like me will ever exist again. But out of the tens of billions of personalities, I have a place within this framework. This quality demonstrates man's knowledge that life is more than food, clothing, and mere survival. But life has meaning, and man has a desire to find that meaning and comprehends himself as existing within a greater time and space than himself. That spark of self-awareness, of personality, of purpose, call it an echo or reflection of the divine nature. The creature reflects something of the Creator. Anyone who has paid attention to life in this world should see that good and evil exist. Even if some deny this, they should be able to distinguish beauty and truth. Try telling a person 2 plus 2 equals 9 and see if they don't object. Try stealing their lunch and see if they don't suddenly rediscover the concept of wrong. Those reactions reveal a moral and value continuum built into human consciousness. Good implies a concept of perfection. Beauty implies the most beautiful. Truth implies the source of all truth. Power, wisdom, love, each of these human experiences points toward an ultimate form, an ideal or a standard. And that standard is God, most holy, most beautiful, most powerful, most wise. We can look at our own natures and see we're good in some ways and flawed in others. We see that we are the highest form in all of creation, yet we still understand we fall short of perfection. We strive toward ideals we can imagine but cannot fully reach. But where did we get the idea of an ideal in the first place? Why do imperfect creatures even conceive of perfection? You can't long for something you've never known unless some echo of it is written into your being. This is another concept bound up in our being which reveals the divine, which reveals God. When we look at creation around us, we can also see some revelation of God. We see an ordered creation governed by natural laws. Objects fall, maths. Energy is required to maintain order. We see a world where science works because it is not complete chaos. There is a created order. When we see a sunset, when we see majestic mountains, when we see a new life born, when we see the astounding variety, we can see some glimpses into the mind of the Creator. When we peer into a night sky, we can see a glimpse of eternity and infinity. We are not left entirely alone with no witness to who God is and what His nature is like. So, if we step back, what do we see? Human reason, human creativity, moral awareness, longing for purpose, recognition of beauty, our very sense of incompleteness, all of it points beyond ourselves. We are not self-made. We are not self-explaining. We are not the source. Theology begins right there, with the realization that the traces of God are already woven into our nature and our world. We study God not because we can capture Him with our intellect, but because He has left fingerprints all over creation, including on us. And if all these reflections tell us even a little about the one who made us, then the study of God isn't just an academic exercise. It's the study of reality itself. I believe our world and ourselves show God as a personality, a creative intellect, a spirit beyond space and time. Our rational minds and conceptual framework reveals a God who is the source of relationship, justice, mercy, love, creativity, beauty. He is the source of our high ideals. What is revealed points to a God who, out of tens of billions of personalities, we see a God who wanted me and wanted you in His creation. Our unique personalities are important to our time and our place. It is pretty humbling to look at all the great minds and all the important people that have existed, and to think He wanted a John in this woven fabric. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you would. Remember, it's all about the King. How about next time we look at the other revelations about God? Bye-bye.